Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my episode of Arrow, most hardcore episode ever. Just careful for spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. Hands down, favorite reaction in the episode was when KG Beast walks in on Oliver torturing that dude and says, "What is this?" He's just completely horrified. Oh my god, this is disgusting.
What is this monstrosity?
Should be resting.
I woke up with headache. I came to find you. I was not expecting this. This is not human.
So on that note, I will say there's a new round of the Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. You don't have to burn your Bratva tattoo or give up your identity as the Green Arrow, anything like that. So let's do top 10 WTF and comic book Easter eggs. But there was so much craziness and so many deep cuts and Easter eggs from previous episodes in the series, including surprise cameos. So we haven't seen the rest of the season yet, but I'll say early pick, this is going to be one of my favorite episodes from season 5. But number 10, Prometheus is torturing Oliver and they're flashing back and forth to him killing his father, and he explains the origin of the name Prometheus, the person who stole power from the gods, people who were unworthy. So it's a bit of an Easter egg for the Cry for Justice League comic. That was a big Prometheus storyline where he tries to take down the Justice League one by one. But is also a lot like unworthy Thor in the Marvel Universe. If you don't know what's going on in that storyline, it's just a story of how Gore challenges the gods and starts killing them one by one because he feels like they do nothing for mankind. They create nothing. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They're just pretenders. They're just lying to everyone. And that's what Prometheus is saying to Oliver. He's trying to get him to confess to something, but it takes him most of the episode to come around on what that is. And it's a huge revelation. But number 9, in the flashbacks, we find out that Kovar is planning to wash over like a biblical flood. Everything of Oliver's is going to end. Everything he touches is going to wither and die. And it sort of serves as like a prophecy for what's happening in the future. It's the same thing that Prometheus has been feeding him all season. Everything you touch, you infect. All your friends. This is all based on a lie. So one of my favorite moments in the episode, number 8, is when Malcolm Merlin shows up in Kovar's office, arranging for Kovar to steal the sarin gas. So now we know that Malcolm Merlin was dealing with Kovar, but they don't make any references to the undertaking or anything that Merlin might be planning. They just say that his compensation is going to be some form of information. So we'll find out more about that probably later this season, and it'll have something to do with the undertaking in the Earthshaker device, because he got that from Markovia. And based on some of the twists in the episode, I mean, we're in Russia right now, but it sounds like Kovar is going to go to ground somewhere else. So I think what they're trying to imply is that Merlin got the Earthshaker device from Kovar, but that's something separate from what happened in this episode. They're sort of teeing that up. We might get that reveal later this season. So either way, number 7, Kovar explains to KG Beast what the revolution he has planned is. He's going to overthrow the government, but it does sound like he has good intentions. Like he feels like the Soviet Union collapsed and then the people who were in power just hoarded more power and it didn't help anyone. So he wants to get rid of them and install a new government. It's really the tactics that you would argue over. Like he plans to murder them all. So it's like, okay, we want a new government. There are probably less stabby ways to go about that. But you see what they're doing here. Kovar is doing the same thing that Oliver was doing during season 1 with the list. There were all those people on the list in season 1 that were failing Starling City, so Oliver took them down. Kovar feels like there are all these people in this room here that are failing Russia, so he wants to take them down too. But there's just another way that they're showing you that Oliver is every bit the monster that Kovar is in the past. So Oliver refuses to leave. They're going to take him down. Number 6, Prometheus starts throwing Oliver's kills in his face and they start arguing morality. So you have this crazy town banana pants argument where Prometheus isn't trying to argue that he is good, but he's just trying to get Oliver to come around on the idea that he is that monster that he's trying to dress up in the hood. One of the first big Easter eggs is that he pulls Count Vertigo's picture off. He's like, you know who this was? This was the Count. You killed him. And he was referring to season 2 when he was getting ready to kill Felicity. So I think when he actually killed him, that was after he had dedicated himself to not killing people. But I think the question is that he had threatened her life. So he sort of hit pause on the no killing button just because she was in so much danger. And if you're doing a body count, he still did kill people each season after that, but usually it was less and less. Like, he was still stabby, but he dropped way less bodies. And I think that Damien Dark was one of the only people he killed in present day during season 4. But then, number 5, then it gets real serious. Prometheus pulls out a picture of Oliver's son. He also has something from Felicity's apartment. He's just threatening all of his friends. But the son thing is big, because Oliver's like, I don't even know where he is. How are you going to find him? And of course, if Prometheus knows all about Shadow and the people on the island that Oliver hasn't told anyone about besides Deathstroke and maybe a couple of Team Arrow people, then he is good at finding information and will track his son down in short order. So it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And I love how they juxtapose this with Oliver torturing Kovar's man in the flashbacks too. And of course, KG Beast walks down after they're done and is like, oh my god, what did you do here? And he says, oh, he gave up the information relatively quickly. The rest of this is me just practicing. And I think he dropped an Amanda Waller Easter egg when he was talking about the friend that taught him how to skin a large animal really quickly. She was the one that taught him how to torture people during the season 3 flashbacks when they were in Hong Kong. So number 4, things get even more interesting. Welcome back, Artemis. Goodbye, Artemis. So I love how they try to get them to kill each other. Oliver's like, I'm not going to kill her. He walks in, sure enough, snaps her neck, puts her on the ground. I love the reveal later in the episode too. But the way she's sold, being broken, I can't take it anymore, Oliver. It sounds like she had been there ever since the mid-season finale when she disappeared. Either way, it all winds up being an act, so I wonder how they're going to bring her back around at the end of the season, because she'll be so damaged after this. Even though she still kind of sounds like she believes that Oliver needs to suffer for what he's done, you're a lie. You're lying to yourself. You're not making the city better. You know that Oliver's the Green Arrow. Good will triumph eventually, meaning there's going to be a reckoning for the villains, just like Oliver had a reckoning in this episode with himself. But where does that leave the Evelyn character? She's going to be even more damaged than Thea's character. But I do like her arc more than I like Thea's arc in previous seasons with the Bloodlust. I feel like even just in this episode, it was just a more compelling performance. So I really like what the actress was doing, the way she sold being broken by Prometheus. Like, you look at her and you really believe it. Like, I totally bought that until the twist when she's like, oh, see, he's totally a monster. He admitted to it. But number 2, Oliver versus Kovar in the flashbacks, just great fight sequence. Of course, Dolph Lundgren is going to bring the pain, but because this is only episode 17 of 23, and it's just such a big character, there's no way they're going to kill him off this quickly. So that's why Oliver won. I think it was just as a result of that. So he's going to come back bigger and badder than ever. I love the way his eyes open too. It's almost like a horror movie or something that you would see Deathstroke do because of the Mirakuru. Like, he would go down hard and then just come back like a zombie, just super crazy. So I love the Merlin twist that he's still in league with him. Like I said, I think this is all leading up to Merlin getting the Earthshaker device for the season 1 undertaking, because that was all getting started whenever Oliver showed up in Starling. So I almost forgot, I haven't mentioned it yet. They did this funny thing where they danced around revealing who Malcolm Merlin was when Oliver found out an American was dealing with Kovar. Like, KG Beast just said, oh, some American businessman was helping him out. And then again at the end of the episode when Merlin says, who did this to him? And the man says, that's between him and Kovar. So the reason they did that, you probably picked up on this, it's because in season 1 of Arrow, Oliver didn't know that Merlin was evil, and Merlin didn't know that Oliver was the Hood right away. So it's just a way to protect the continuity of the show. So Merlin can't find out about Oliver in the flashbacks, Oliver can't find out about Merlin. But number 1, the big reveal, Oliver confesses that he enjoys killing. He is that monster. And all the dialogue that KG Beast had in the flashbacks was totally on point. Like, he basically tells Oliver, you're lying to yourself. You can put the hood on, but it's only going to make the monster stronger. You're that same person when we found each other for the first time in Ivo's prison. You're the killer, not the person wearing the hood. And then obviously in present day, they kind of juxtapose him getting the Bratva tattoo with Prometheus sort of burning it off with the blowtorch. That was hardcore. That is so funny watching this right after watching that Flash musical episode. It's like two ends of the spectrum, night and day. Oliver getting tortured in the basement while Barry and Kara are just dancing the night away in their dreams. And I almost forgot the title of the episode, Capuchon. That's Russian for hood. I don't speak Russian, but that's the way they refer to it. So that was the way they were using the title of the episode. Talking about the monster that is Oliver Queen in the flashbacks and in present day. So I love the idea that Team Arrow is disbanding. There's no way they're going to stay disbanded for the rest of the season, but what is going to happen to bring them back together, I wonder. So let me know in the comments, what did you think about the episode? Is this going to be one of your favorite episodes of the season so far? And can you not wait to see the Bratva roll up in Star City next week and just bring the pain? It seems like it's going to be all-out war.
Star City will not be safe until Chase is in the ground, and there is no price I will not pay to see that happen.
I need you to kill Adrian, Chase.
You and the team will be fine if you stay away from Chase.
So what's going to happen next is a whole bunch of bombs just dropped. There was a Justice League teaser trailer I just posted. I'll post a longer breakdown of what's going on with that with Aquaman. There are a bunch of you that are requesting a Legion video, and Michael Shannon, Zod himself from Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, is announced as the lead pick for Cable in Deadpool 2. So let me know in the comments which video you want me to post next. That's really the only way you guys have to let me know which one you want next. I have a pretty good idea of which videos you guys want based on comments, but if there's a bunch of stuff happening, I try to prioritize. So I'll say congratulations to the new Flash Ring giveaway winner, Jesus Zayas. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. There was a new round that started in this video. I'll announce the winner the next time I post a DC video. While you wait for that, click here to rewatch that Justice League trailer and click here for new Flash. Thank you so much for watching. Let's hype up. I'll see you guys in the next video.